Let me just confirm. Thank goodness you were able to come.
I was when we heard that.
Being the season.
Huh? Why's that?
That's right. Farmers are anxious.
Huh? What do you mean? Seriously? Yes, I swear I'm not making this up. The acting Grandmaster wants everyone to gather at headquarters in the main hall. Hurry! We need to leave right now or we'll be late!
Hey, wait up!
Why do those two knights look so flustered?
Well, hello there. If it isn't the travel...
Hiya! Just the person we...
Don't worry. This isn't... All that's happened is that the Knights of Favonius have just received a letter from the Grand...
Well, that's a relief. Wait, hold on a second. What did you say again? The Grand Master... So, what did Varka say in the letter? How's the expedition going? When are they getting back?
Oh, so interested in our Grand Master all of a sudden? Never knew you were such a gossip.
It's only normal, isn't it? Bet you'd be curious too if there was someone you'd heard loads about but never met. Even Master Gene says he's a living legend. Oh, pretty hard not to get hyped up after hearing that. Besides, the expedition has been going on for ages, and we still never heard a single thing about what they're up to.
The acting Grandmaster is very gracious in her appraisal. Varka brought quite a bit of trouble to those around him on the road to becoming a legend. I'll have to tell you about it sometime. Anyway, since this has piqued your interest, why don't you join me at headquarters, and we'll see what the letter says. We do miss our honorary knight, after all. It's been quite a long time since your last visit.
Sure, let's go and see what it's all about. Bye, Catherine! See you soon!
All right. Take care now.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Rebooting.
Hey there, cutie. Paimon. I didn't know you two would be coming. So you heard about the letter?
Yep, we ran into Oh, wow. Oh, Paimon.
Don't get too carried away, all right?
Kaya's exaggerating. After all, Mika's not the cup over there. Look, the kid standing next to Jean in front of the staircase? He used to be a land surveyor in Eula's team. He's very talented in what he does. And he's the one that brought back...
Please, may I have your attention, everyone? Now that we're all here,
Yes, Master Jean. Right. Hello, everybody. I am Mika, surveyor of the Reconnaissance Company. Recently, I have been taking part in an assignment with the expedition team. I will now be reading Grandmaster Varka's letter aloud for you all. To the Knights of Favonius. Greetings, everyone. This is Varka. The first thing I want to say to you all is, please...
Oh, that's fantastic. My palms are sweating.
go ahead, Mika.
All right. Now that your fears are allayed, I trust you'll be ready to listen to the rest of my letter. I'm writing to you from the northernmost reaches of... I once told you, in the past couple of months,
the captain?
I am fully aware of the Fatui's outrageous open parenthesis. The man hides everything under the mask. I don't doubt that our scouts have confirmed that the captain received orders to head for... I will admit that some of his actions have helped us. This year's Weinlesefest must be kicking off, and everyone here is always thinking back fondly upon the fine wines of Mondstadt, as well as the happy times we have spent with each and every one of you. I hope that you and all the citizens of Mondstadt enjoy the festival to the fullest. May Lord Barbados... P.S. If you're wondering who's tougher between me and the captain, well, I'm the Grand Master. There are 10 captains in the Knights of Favonius, but only one Grand Master. Ah ha 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 ha. His laugh, not mine. The letter ends here.
Thank you, Mika.
Master Jean, I just... P.P.S. I ran out of paper, so I'll add this here. Lisa, the following is a message for you.
Seeing that it's a special everyone, as the Grand Master mentioned in his letter, the Weinlesefest is in just a few days. And how fortunate we are at this time to receive word that all is well. Though they are unable to return to Mondstadt and spend the festival with us, I hope that everyone will guard your stations and perform your duties, both for our far-flung colleagues involved in the expedition and also for the hardworking people of Mondstadt. And of course, during your time off, I hope you will be able to rest, relax, and enjoy this long-awaited festival. That brings our meeting to a close. Dismissed.
Did Paimon hear that right? They ran into the Fatui's captain? Fatui Schmatui, the real big deal here.
Hey, cuties. How about we go and chat with Jean? You didn't get a chance to say a proper hello.
Sounds good.
Lisa, the Grandmaster Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time. If you don't have any plans in the immediate future, why not stay in Mondstadt for a while? We'll be celebrating the Weinlesefest very soon.
Don't be deceived. Jean may appear very composed, but she's been missing you both.
Lisa.
I'll leave you to catch up. I'm going to read my letter.
Yeah, Mondstadt's where our journey began after all. We have a lot of fun. Master Jean, neither of us really knows anything about this Weinlesefest. Could you tell us more about it?
Yes, of course. The Weinlesefest is an ancient Mondstadt festival just like Ludi Harpastum and Windbloom. In addition, it's the most important part of the fall. Each fall, the west wind, no matter where he is, he will For this reason, Mondstadters call the western wind the returning wind. The Weinlesefest in the past, every house uncasking the sealed wine as a...
Knowing him, it was probably
That's a good question. These are very old stories.
Yep, that'll happen. Some stories change completely as they get passed down. Hence why the...
All part of how cultural heritage is created.
Indeed. But for the time being, at least, the tradition of paying tribute to the Animo Archon on this is a time of the year when many Mondstadters living away from Mondstadt return to their hometown.
Oh, so that's why the Grandmaster wrote May the Wind...
For this year, we've joined forces with the Church of Favonius and the Adventurers Guild to host a celebration on the banks of Cider Lake, just outside of Springvale. There will all...
Wine Mart?
Well... Originally, it was simply a place where winemakers and farmers would come to trade in raw ingredients for winemaking. These days, it is a much grander affair. Not only will you find a range of choice wines, but seasonal fruit beverages and food items for everyone to enjoy too. A lot of people also sell secondhand goods and handicrafts at the market. The Knights of Favonius plan to use this as an opportunity to do some fundraising for needy children and elderly people in the city.
Wow, sounds pretty cool!
If you have the time, I encourage you to take a look around. I hope you'll find it a worthwhile experience. Now, Lisa,
I was just about to bring that up.
Razor told us that he was raised by... never knew his parents. In his own words...
Yes, that was as much as I knew as well. But in his letter,
Does this mean the Grand...
It would seem so.
Wow! Well, come on!
Oh, cutie. Nothing is... For the child who never met their biological parents, this kind of conversation is... By contrast, Razor grew up in Wolvendom and has had very limited contact with human society.
I'm sure the Grand Master will have given due consideration to Razor's circumstances.
That's a good point. Okay, cuties. Can I leave you to break the news to Razor? He thinks of me as his teacher, so he... Thank you, sweet. Try to be as encouraging...
Razor's usually around Wolvendom, right? How do you think he'll react after hearing about this? Hey, look! It's a hunting trap. It looks like... Huh? What is it? Electro energy. Well, anyway... Look! There's another trap up ahead! Can you feel that electro energy too? The electro traces lead deep into Wolvendom. Let's keep going! Razor! Are you there?
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
All right. The last trap has been set.
It's okay.
What is it, Razor?
It smells...
Razor! Oh, and it's Draft too! Are you two hunting together?
Yes, it's almost harvest. They're trampling crops and destroying the vineyard. The Knights of Favonia.
I and Uncle Brown Cat catch boars.
Wow, Razor!
You can say that again.
Helping everyone, helping Lupical makes me happy. But much talk.
Yeah! But...
Oh,
Razor, do you mean you...
I want to know.
So you do want...
Traveler, come and take a look at the trap I just placed. Let's give Razor some space to process things. Yes, I have some thoughts about this after seeing... We've been hunting together a lot recently. The kid might not talk much, but still, here's what I think. He definitely wants to find out about his parents. It's just, I'm a father myself, so I know a thing or two. You know, when Diana was little, if I got back late from a hunt one night, she'd be watching me like a hawk for days afterwards, as if she was worried that I might abandon her.
Do you mean Razor's work?
Exactly. I think that's the heart of it. And if it turns out they did, well, Razor is developing at his own pace. There are lots of issues that can't be solved all in one go, but he's making progress. But now this thing with his parents is added into the mix. It might push him to want to figure out once and for all where he comes from.
Seems like a similar take to Lisa. Wait, but then again, Master Jean had a different view. She said it's more about trusting other people. What do you think?
Gotcha. Well, knowing that he's got a friend like you to rely on makes me feel much...
Okay, got it. Right, let's head back. We don't want to keep him waiting. Hey, Razor!
Still thinking. My heart... Varka? Tall. Yes. He's very good to me. Give me a name. Teach me to fight. But now...
You know, Razor, Varka used up all the paper writing this letter. But he still made sure he found room. That means that he thinks the items... But more importantly than that, whatever happens...
That's right. And old Uncle Brown Cat's here to support...
Okay. Thank you. I decide... I want to go with you.
Well, you folks better be heading off then. I'm just about finished here, so...
Bye, Drafts! You...
Yeah.
Lisa, we brought Razor.
Hello, teacher. I'm here.
Ah, my little wolf cub's in a good mood. I'm assuming they've discussed the whole story with you already? Here, this is it. The wooden box. I haven't touched it, except for taking it out of the cabinet. When you're sure you're ready...
Yes.
Oh, this is just... Uh-oh. You don't think that after... a scent?
A scent. I remember from a long, long time ago. There's human scent.
Oh, incredible.
Wow. You have a really good sense of smell, Razor. Guess being wild by nature has... This woolen hand puppet looks kind of long. Wait. Hey, and there's a note stuck on it.
Oh, so it's a
Teacher, you know?
Of course. Thousand Wind wine was the first kind of wine that Mondstadters ever learned to make. As to how it got its name, some say it's a reference to the numerous ingredients I remember reading somewhere that this all makes it impractical to commercialize. Wine merchants are much more comfortable working with... That's why you'll almost never see Thousand Wind wine in the markets In fact, it looks like your parents brewed this bottle themselves.
That must mean there's something pretty important about it. Oh!
Okay.
Huh. He seems...
Find anything?
Sweet, cold, a little bitter. I like many things all mixed together. But things in wine smell...
Even you can't tell...
I will try...
It's okay, Razor. Don't push yourself too hard.
Try...
That's right. Oh, it's almost the Vinelancer Fest.
Oh, great idea!
Make sure you don't miss the opening ceremony, cutie. Everyone will be there. Razor, you should go too.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll be right there with...
Okay.
Great! See you at the opening...
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I am pleased to announce that this year's Vinelancer Fest has We hope the residents of Mondstadt and when Windcoming Day arrives, we will let the wind lead.
Let the wind lead!
Razor, you're here already?
So many people.
Come on, let's think...
Fine.
Just some tone deaf...
ingredients for wine brewing need to be chosen carefully.
Hey, Tone Deaf Bard!
Traveler, Paimon, how do you do?
Spoken like a true poet. But reading between the lines here, if...
Oh, don't say that. This festival has so much more to offer than just drinking. Anyway, hey Razor, how have you been?
All right.
Yeah, Razor has something he wants to ask you about.
Ooh, now there's a name that takes me back.
Razor's parents left him a box with a half bottle of wine inside. We heard there's a lot of history behind this type of wine, and the brewing methods go way...
It smells good, but don't know what's inside.
I see. So you want to know how Thousand Wind wine is made? Well, you came to the right person. I was going to save it for Windcoming Day, but far be it from me to deny an early serenade to a friend in need.
A song, not...
Excellent answer. Then, fill up the barrels and store them away. Then wait for a windier day. Wax the bottles, seal them tight, for the south wind that soothes, for the north wind that bites. How does this fine wine taste to the tongue? As Mondstadt to the ear, like a sweet dream of freedom. A defender's will, strong as yesteryear, joining the thousand winds in a song of good cheer. Thank you so much for the applause.
Like wine. A little sweet, but...
Don't worry, it's not just you. That was supposed to be about winemaking, but...
Well, maybe it's a little abstract.
Okay, so let's try to pin this. An explorer's courage, a love tender and true. Nope, Paimon has... Look, Tone Deaf Bard, you clearly know...
You misunderstand me. I'm not trying to make you work for it or anything, but the lyrics are what they are. If you want to know the secret behind this sweet scent, you...
Rolling up our sleeves? You mean...
We've known each...
I trust. I want to try. I want to make wine and find answers. If I know how to make wine, then I know what is in father and mother's wine. Right. I want to...
Well, if you say so, Razor.
Don't worry, really. Freedom is the key here. As long as you add ingredients to the mix in a spirit of joy and sincerity,
A new job.
Stabilize! Order guide you!
No touching! For Rex Lapis!
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Boing, boing, boom! Jumpy, jumpy, go! Da da da! Woo! Boing, boom! Allow me!
Gather! This is order!
This is long overdue! Access denied!
Covenants of the Deep! Blazing delight! La la la! Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Stabilize!
Rest and rebuild!
No touching!
Pew!
I will have order!
For Rex Lapis! Access denied!
Blow them all up! Hi! Da da da! La la la!
Next on the agenda...
Gather!
Billowing surge!
Glaze over!
Solidify!
No touching!
Allow me!
Let's move out. This is long overdue.
This is order! Stabilize!
Next,
Rest and rebuild! Covenants of the Deep!
Born of Ice and Frost.
Solidify!
Rest and rebuild!
Access denied.
Gather!
Blaze over.
Billowing surge! Da-da-da! Boing, boing, boom! Blazing delight! Boom!
Order guide! Stabilize!
Allow me!
We're awake. No touching. For Rex Lapis.
Let's move up. Covenant of the Deep!
Born of ice and frost. Next on the agenda. No touching!
Jumpy Dumpty go! Pew! Hold the line!
Gather! I will have order!
All hail! Access denied.
Roar them all out! Yeah! Hi-ya! Woo!
Crumble!
Allow me!
This is long overdue. We're way behind schedule.
Hold the line! Billowing surge! Boing, boing, boom!
Solidify! Order guide!
Rex, where?
For Rex Lapis. Press We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda... brains out. When did that happen?
This is order!
No touching! This is long overdue!
Covenant of the Deep! Hold the line! Move!
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activity.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was...
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone... So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us?
No, it's not so much that Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored... In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the...
That look in your eyes. How can this be, to think?
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any...
Excuse me, are you...
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa...
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
All right.
Sino is...
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to come...
Huh? You...
Yes. Isak's parent, unfortunately, later. However, one summer night, so Grandpa, the next morning, it's said that the Isak was
all this somehow...
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship. It's also my reason.
Maybe the people have...
Huh? What?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Yeah.
All right. Let's ask the local resident.
Excuse me.
You mean the village? When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating...
Okay.
Anything else?
The scholars that... Don't change this.
Right. You were asking about the but honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back. Well, whatever the case.
Gotcha. Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently?
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. The last time I saw...
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I've known you since...
Wow, what?
Okay.
Huh? Don't say any... Let's head over there. Listen, See if you can make out what they're...
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King. The
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true still. You say he's coming back, but...
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final
Huh. Now that you say it,
Exactly. Those...
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the...
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet...
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear, and that the Scarlet King will return to this land.
Hey, go.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for... Delavar also said that...
Is that...
Seems like he's still...
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking. Please, don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty...
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the
Where is this...
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he
No, not at all. We wouldn't...
Sounds like you're not too close with...
No, of course...
I have many ways to stop you from talking. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect...
Yes!
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrible. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon...
I heard.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check up very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there.
Join the Eremites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's... But are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully...
So...
Huh? You know him...
Yes. Now that I come...
Wait, surely Tainar...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
What are you looking for?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint. But
who would come looking for...
we'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking...
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, even deep within the clutches of madness. They still yearn for their knowledge-seeking day.
No. So, someone's taking advantage of their weak... Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the
It's highly...
Please, you have to save my grandpa. Grandpa's never...
Sounds like we'd better help get him...
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what...
Right.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to...
Welcome back.
Oh,
You bet.
Reasonably.
We haven't seen him...
Did you find out in... I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable...
Let's head out.
Now hold on. Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could. No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Lior tend to stay a while, so it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the...
Just our luck.
You mean, you don't see any—
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello.
Anyway, Spart.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are...
Yeah. Have you seen
Of course I have.
I've got a spice...
Ah, how thought...
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course...
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the...
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also...
So, you've been watching us?
Uh-oh. I'm a new leaving
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you?
So you and Delavar...
But you got one thing right. We're all looking for...
If that's the case...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of...
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have...
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the...
Yeah, gee...
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum...
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's...
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders.
Take that!
Allow me!
You're okay.
You're all up! La la la!
You're okay. Take that!
I will have order!
Blaze over!
You're okay.
Billowing surge!
Next on the agenda...
Dumpty Dumpty Go!
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fight, and of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all... Okay.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru?
No task can be done without preparation. I just...
Oh, but in...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the
Oh! You mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to.
Wait, so he's
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were... About how mercenaries only can...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia? Do you dislike the den...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the scar, but I see through it all. And unlike...
Dia...
Anyway, looks like we're done with business. This should be all of them. All right.
Candace?
Candace will be okay on her. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some... While I'm questioning... I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots... Right on time.
Paimon's been wondering.
We've known each other for some...
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean.
Yep, I guess us mercs on the other...
Well, Paimon thinks...
Really?
Oh, Simon!
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some...
Oh!
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show.
Perhaps I need to work up. Still, it's perfectly understandable.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't feed us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people... You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you...
Yes, it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take... You gotta believe me, please.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. That guy...
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu. Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the it strikes me now that this secretive character...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the Village Keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as but what could they want?
People are nothing... Regardless.
You're right.
Time to go.
Yes.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radical.
All right.
Let's meet back here. Let's get some food and wait, you...
Well...
You were gone for ages! Hey, what's with this...
You never think things through.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an... There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching...
Yep. We're not... Enough with the silence!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you...
While you were investigating, I had...
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to... Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But...
What does that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single...
You mean, some of them...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to... Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of some... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace...
Those eyes...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated.
Right. You were...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals next.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what...
Remember? She made a point of denying...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a...
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words...
Then, what?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for...
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's bad.
Lyra!